So chapter 21, part A. So the question number 1. Which of the following might be the subject of a real property appraisal? Number 1. Airspace rights, a life insurance policy, a diamond, all of the above. So the answer is airspace right. So when we sell a property, so when the appraiser does the appraisal, appraiser look for just like the size of the lot, location, financing. So there are different factors, and including airspace right. So the answer is airspace right is number 1. So the question number 2, of the following 4 statements which are true and which are false. Number 1, a real estate appraiser must be licensed in BC. So must makes it wrong. So real estate appraisers don't need to be licensed. They may be but not must. So it's false. Courts have recognized a margin of permissive error of 25% in assessing damages arising as a result of a negligent appraisal. So when the appraiser does the appraisal, permissive error is between 5 to 10%. It's not 25%. So that's why it's false. C. A licensed real estate salesperson can give an appraisal of real property. That's true. So being a realtor, if you know the process, you can do the appraisal. D. The market value of a real property as determined by an experienced appraiser may be greater than the ceiling price of the purchaser. That's true. So the experienced appraiser may give a more value, and later I'll explain ceiling price and the floor price. So the answer is number 4, which is C and D. So then we go from question number 2 to question number 7, because these are related. So we go to the question number 7. Of the following 4 statements which are true and which are false. Number 1, appraiser must be licensed in BC. That's false. Number 2, courts have recognized an acceptable range of error in the determination of market value by appraiser. So that's 2, which is 5 to 10%. C. A licensed real person can give an appraisal of real property. That's true. D. The market value of real property as determined by an experienced appraiser will always be greater than the floor price. So here will makes it wrong. And especially also it makes it wrong because it says floor price. So the floor price basically means what the seller is minimum willing to accept, and the ceiling price means what the buyer is maximum willing to pay. So basically I relate this example, buyer as a fan. As fan you just hang on the roof or on the ceiling, right? And and the floor price, so I give an example of a doormat. So like the seller is minimum the seller is gonna accept. For example, if I list a property for $500,000 and the seller say I want a minimum 490 in my pocket, it means so seller's floor price is 490, and if there's a buyer who is willing to pay maximum 480, so the buyer's ceiling price is 480. So it means the sale can't take place. So the answer for this is B and C are true and A and D are false, which is number 2. And then we go to the question number 8. The subject of an appraisal is the market value of the physical property. False. A fee simple estate on each or cash to first mortgage basis. False. So fee simple basically means no qualification required to inherit the property. And third, a subjective measure of value by an experienced appraiser. That's also false. Number 4, the value of the legal right of ownership vested in a particular piece of real estate. So this basically means, so your name is on the title and you are legal owner and you have the right for that particular property. For example, if you own a home at 12757 96th Avenue, basically you are the legal owner and you can sell that property. So the answer is 4.
5 minutes.
And then we go to question number 15. Which of the following people may require an appraisal of real property? A. Executor of an estate. Basically, when uh, somebody passes away, sometimes courts appoint an executor to dispose of the properties. So he requires. So then you need an executor. B. A property assessment appellant. It means anybody who's not happy with the assessment can appeal. He can also request an appraiser. So that's true. C. Mortgage. So when you apply a mortgage, sometimes banks do the appraiser. Number D. An expropriation authority. I give an example of a nodal way. Basically, so when there were used to be homes there, so the government acquired the homes. So the government has the right to take back your property to build a highway. So so D. So it's all of the above. It's like number 4, A, B, C, and D. So the remaining we're gonna do in the next segment.